Motion graphics are everywhere. But as a graphic designer, do you need to absolutely pick up this skill set of motion graphics? Now it's got some designers questioning their future and a little bit worried. And that's made really clear by this person right here. They state that many graphic design job positions are requiring motion graphics to be an essential skill set to have, even just to get a chance of being hired in the first place. But is it true? Is it actually true? Now, I had a quick look for design jobs in my local area, and as you can see here, this potential employer would like motion graphics as an acquired skill set. But interestingly, also UI and UX? Basically, they want a lean, mean, pixel-pushing, graphic designing machine. And then this job here states that motion graphics is a desired skill set for the position of junior designer. Now, on my initial browsing, I found that around a third of job positions at least mention motion graphics as a desired skill set, and around 1 in 4 stated it was essential to have to even think about getting the job in the first place. There are still many job positions out there that didn't ask for motion graphics as a desired skill, but what about in 1, 2, 5, 10 years time, and what are things going to be like then? Or, more importantly, why are more and more design positions requesting that the skill of motion graphics is essential in the first place? I set out to uncover the truth of just how influential this sector of motion graphics is going to become in the world of graphic design. And the findings I uncovered might make you have a few thoughts. This is normally the part of the video where the narrator would talk about the history of graphic design and how designers of the past used their hands to cut out a logo from a piece of wood or something, all of the way up to where motion graphics are being used on music videos where actual music talent is somewhat difficult to detect. But not today. Instead, feast your eyes on this. Research suggests the average viewer of an advert remembers about 95% of the message when it's watched. That's compared to 10% when it's read. This means viewers of a design are more likely to remember the message via a video ad compared to an image or a text ad. Moreover, a user's positive experience with a video or motion graphics advert increases their purchase intent by 97%. And brand association by 139%. Brands, agencies, businesses, and even your pet cat now know the reality. Motion graphics are 100% going to be a huge part of the future of design. But recently, I've been using something that's brought the future to today. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Exactly AI powers users to quickly train personal AI models. Now you can do this by uploading images and giving initial prompts to those images. And from there you can do some really cool things with the models like generate some high quality images from sketches and develop new concepts or ideas. I mean, take a look at this right here. All of these models have been made by users on the platform. And let's say I like the look of this architecture style right here, but I want to make some dice in that style. Simply upload an image and make it from a sketch. Type in a few prompts to the model and bingo, away you go. But get this, you can even tell the model to refine the image, so as an example here, add more grass. And then you can come here and change the resolution and even opt to add more details onto your image. This is something I haven't really seen out there before and it's really, really cool. I also really like the recreate feature. 1, because it's really fast, but also 2, it's refined and precise. Some AI generators make a mess of recreating imagery, but this does a really good job. But Exactly.ai goes a bit deeper than just ways to make images from other images. From the public model section, you can get your work noticed and inspire the community with your own style. Secondly, it's a great platform to find new commissions by commercializing the model and selling the rights to the generations. Again, a novel idea which I haven't seen before. And Exactly guarantees the models themselves and the images are owned by the creators behind them. And you can try Exactly.ai completely for free via the link in the description box below, and of course, thanks to them for sponsoring this part of today's video. Movement and motion is just way more appealing to humans than static imagery. I mean, just take a look at this. On one side, we have the static advert for Fanta, which actually is pretty neat and it's well designed. But then also we have the motion graphics based advert, and we can even see the berries coming in and out of focus on the shot, which is pretty cool. The motion graphics advert is way more interesting, but more importantly, according to data, the experience of seeing it has a far more greater chance of staying in your memory as opposed to the static ad design. There are many pros linked to motion graphics in advertising and graphic design, but the main one might be that storytelling and emotions are way more easily evoked with motion, and that's compared to static designs, of course. We are moving into a time in society where motion graphics are easily accessible on our smartphones and on adverts even on the street, and this is only set to increase with time. But at what kind of rate? What is the future of graphic design and motion graphics? I headed over to a neat little AI tool called ChatSonic, which in some respects is actually better than ChatGPT because it has access to more recent data and just, well, findings. And I asked it about the future of graphic design in relation to motion graphics. And yeah, as I suspected, it states that as technology evolves, motion graphics will become more and more dominant within the world of design, as well as society at large though. And yeah, also ChatGPT also shares a similar view on this stance. But here's the real question, right? Does this mean you should drop your path in graphic design and steer more towards motion graphics? No, of course not. And so what does this exactly mean for the average graphic designer out there? Now here's likely the best approach for the average graphic designer out there. So if that's you, you might want to listen to this. It would be wise to simply watch and follow some motion graphics tutorials on, say, something like YouTube, and just start to pick up the skill as you go. And you don't have to go crazy with this, even if it's just one tutorial per week and you build your skill level up step by step. You will begin to notice ways to make your portfolios and your current career position as a designer enhanced with just a little bit of skills in motion graphics. Expanding on that, you might even want to do an online course, or even deeper yet, obtain some kind of qualification online or in person based around motion graphics. But even having a mediocre skill set in motion graphics can actually bring life to your portfolio and increase your value to employers. No, it's not necessary at this stage, but as time passes on, it's going to become more and more fruitful and more necessary. When society has become more immersive than it is right now in regard to VR and AR, we're going to have a lot of data visualization just about everywhere in all walks of life. Being able to work with motion graphics will open up so many doors then, but also right now. But as I mentioned, it isn't essential and it's not necessary, so if you don't have the time or the desire to jump into the world of motion graphics, you really don't have to. Only if you do, it's probably going to be more beneficial to your career and just your success as a graphic designer, and that's going to increase every single year. But if you want to learn ways you can boost your portfolio to get more clients and more success, then just watch that video on screen. And until next time, design your future today. Peace.